Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. My name's Eggnog Fresca.
Jesus Christ on the cross. This is not how I wanted to spend my holiday season.
Tegan, that's not for the season. Jesus Christ on the cross. That's an Easter tree, not a Christmas tree.
Oh my god.
I knew this was coming.
Hello, Rocky Hardy.
I'm literally gonna commit
That's me.
suicide live
Oh my god.
on the fucking show.
Have you been good this holiday?
It depends on who you ask.
I'm Eggnog Fresca.
I heard you the first time.
Different than my brother Champagne.
Okay, now we have a Fresca's podcast universe, I guess.
I only come out during the holidays.
That's weird, man. What else do you do? What's going on in April?
There are lots of holidays. To be fair, there are many holidays.
There's one holiday in April. There's two holidays in April. It's Easter and Earth Day. Even then.
First off, Earth Day is not a holiday. It's an observance.
There's one holiday a month, basically. Which holidays do you come out for?
Look, God damn it, you're making this too complicated. In April, I work on a crab boat.
Sure. That's cool, man. Get them crabs, I guess.
Hells yes. I'm going to retire at 40 from my crab money.
Where's Brian?
What's wrong, Tegan?
What did you do with Brian?
He's on a crab boat.
We got a fucking show to do, my guy. Please. Oh, God. Rocky, look at what you've done. You've driven Brian to the point where he has to escape us on a crab boat.
Wait, this is my fault?
This is your fault.
What? No way.
I don't know why it's your fault, but I'm making it your fault.
Tegan, that's not how fault works.
That is how fault works. Works just like that. It's yours. You have to fix it.
Whatever. Fine. I will go on a fucking journey to reclaim Brian from the fucking crab boat. Whatever.
Journey to the West.
Where did he even find a crab boat? He's in Arizona.
He went to Alaska, obviously.
Wait, I have family in Alaska. I could just give him a call.
Well, there you go. See, you're already equipped.
Oh my god. Fine, whatever. I'll make a call. What's up, Eggnog? You want to talk about the Game Awards?
Not particularly.
Oh, shit. Dude, that's what we're doing today. It's the only reason why we're here.
Did you not see them? Is that the problem? Are you just ill-equipped?
Video games aren't sophisticated.
Oh my god!
Eggnog, this is not the place for you. You need to go. You need to vacate the premises and hook up Brian to live stream or some bullshit. Give him a satellite. He's got to talk about the Game Awards.
Hey guys, what's going on? I just saw Eggnog Fresca in here, and
Brian, I'm gonna.
He doesn't come out often. As far as I know, he only comes out during the holidays.
Never fucking abandon us
like that again. Is he just in a room in your house? Hold on. What do you mean?
Brian, why are you keeping these people in a room in your house?
Well, they come over. I mean, I'm not going to be rude.
I would be rude. I would be very rude. I'd pretend to not be home. Turn off all the lights. Pretend I don't exist.
Oh, no.
I mean, Eggnog Fresca told me he was going to come over at exactly 8 a.m. today, and then he did. So,
exactly 8 a.m., huh?
You gotta admire somebody who actually shows up at 8 a.m. when they say they're gonna show up at 8 a.m.
It's the wildest thing. You know what? The thing is that, Eggnog Fresca even messaged me last night at 2:30 in the morning, being like, I'm coming at 8. I'm like, all right, dude. Jesus.
How do you get the song in a message?
Yeah, which you wouldn't think would come across in text communication.
They put the little notes on either side.
Yeah, he's got that emoji action.
Fuck.
You know? He's a weird one for Eggnog Fresca. I don't know,
How do you meet these people, Brian?
Oh, the Frescas?
How do you do it? Yeah. Are they your neighbors or some shit?
Oh, God.
You need better neighbors.
I think I met a Fresca at the DMV, and it was all downhill from there.
Why Why would you become friends with someone you met at the DMV?
Well, you're just sitting there and you just you're waiting for your number to get called and you just get to talking, being social. And
I really don't.
You don't? Okay.
I purposefully ignore everyone else at the DMV.
I usually bring a game I need to catch up on. I just do that.
I don't even do that. You go first thing in the morning. You are the first person there. You get in, you get out. It's 15 minutes max. You don't have to deal with shit. And you're done.
And I was just sitting there at the DMV, and I met Canadian Whiskey Fresca, and
so I'm sitting there, barbecue sauce on my titties.
No, hold on. There's definitely a third Fresca. He just introduced that to the Fresca podcast universe. That's definitely going on.
Brian, are you going to introduce these Frescas when you guest host on other podcasts?
It's not like they come around all the time. I mean, as you guys know, Eggnog is pretty shy.
These are going to be it's going to be like the Katamari princes and shit, but they're all Frescas.
Oh my god. Do they all bring their own, bubbly beverages or some shit? What is the appeal of being friends with these people? Please tell me, the value they bring to your life, Brian.
I think that a lot of times you don't choose the people in your life, they choose you. And all this time we thought that radio was teaching us. Turns out he was just Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh my god.
Hey, Rocky, have you ever seen Boat Trip?
I think I missed that one, actually.
I think we're watching Boat Trip sometime.
Oh, shit. All right, for sure. Boat Trip.
Yeah.
Boat Trip's maybe also part of the Netflix cinematic universe. Is that right?
It stars Cuba Gooding Jr. and Horatio Sands.
Okay.
As guys who book a cruise because of humiliation.
Uh-huh.
One of them vomits on their girlfriend, and then I think they also end up running from the mob. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember that part. They book a cruise in shame because they're running away in shame.
Mm-hmm.
Which doesn't really follow or make any fucking sense.
Yeah, that sounds like shenanigans.
They book a shame cruise. So they get on the shame cruise, and then for some reason discover once they're aboard this shame cruise with Roger Moore that it's a gay singles cruise.
Sure.
But for some reason, there's also a bunch of perpetually horny single straight women on this boat.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna be honest, that happens. The straight horny girls at fucking gay clubs or whatever. I mean, sometimes they would just want to dance. But sometimes they are actually just sexually frustrated but don't want to be around horny dudes.
Yeah, and there's this woman in this movie who plays an exercise instructor or something, and she keeps on confiding in and hanging out with Cuba Gooding Jr. because he's here for the gay cruise, and there's a scene where, and I want you to think about what this is and think about how terrible it sounds, and then picture it being 10 times worse, where she's Cuba Gooding Jr. I would like for you to critique and assess my blowjob strategy. And so she gets out a banana.
Okay.
And it appears to be that some kind of production assistant or art designer or something has taken a toothpick or some other instrument and kind of created a mushroom tip to the banana.
Why?
Because apparently someone looked at a banana
and they said, "This doesn't look enough like a dick. I think people will miss it."
People will
miss.
This
isn't horny enough.
People will miss that this scene, which is already about blowjobs, we've already established it in dialogue, will miss the fact that the banana is supposed to be a wiener. So let's make the banana look more like a wiener.
Okay, why? Okay, so I think I'm here, Brian.
Okay.
I'd like to ask why we're here. What's going on?
And then Cuba Gooding Jr. can't stand it because it makes him too horny.
Sure, yeah.
And he gets up and he runs over to a porthole in his cabin on this boat.
Mm-hmm.
and he sticks his dick out the porthole, and just as the ship is like blowing its like loud boat horn, you know, like
Sure.
Just as it's doing that, he comes out the window.
What? 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 Okay, you know what? Never mind. It's fine.
And it lands on a guy at the same time that a seagull poops on him.
That's so bad, Brian.
Yeah, so picture how bad that sounds. Now make it worse.
Why would you share this moment with me? Why did you put this in my brain and then assert that there's somehow a worse iteration of my current imagination? Why would you do? I thought we were friends, Brian.
It's true, Rocky. We are friends. It's true. But I think that the problem is that Tegan and I probably ran out of that stuff to talk about 9:30 a.m.
We just had to expose you to it so we were all on the same level of horror.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Dear listeners, just understand that I deserve this. And let's move on. Oh, man. Fucking boat trip.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Which was produced by the same company as the Christmas Prince series.
Oh, the motion picture. Yeah, so it's just money laundering. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna launder money, you might as well do it in the dirtiest way possible, I suppose.
Yep. Yep. So there were some game awards, and it sounds like they got you angry, Rocky.
They were decidedly not good.
Well, you know, Rocky, that's okay, because I was the one that live tweeted the Game Awards, so I had a time.
I'm happy for you, I guess. Yeah, I did not like it. I didn't watch them live. There's also that. I had to watch it the next day because I did have Raid. But the added bonus is that during Raid, our samurai was giving us live updates of the show. I just wasn't actively watching it. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about the Game Awards.
I guess the first observation I have really about the Game Awards is that even as the Game Awards have gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and more expensive, there has been like a certain measure of like just feeling like that we were watching a show that was like being broadcast live from like Geoff Keighley's basement and that like the Schick Hydro bot could show up at any given time and that this was all bullshit. And like if you were to like ask me up until this year things that I associate most with the Game Awards, the ranked list of the top 3 would be number 3, people who have never had to do any kind of public speaking at all, reacting in abject terror when they're on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, bored E-list celebrities collecting a small paycheck to look even more bored. And then tied at number 1, the phrase world exclusive and the Schick Hydrobot. But I didn't get that vibe this year. This was like the first year like I felt like it legitimately stood alongside stuff like the Grammys and the Emmys and the Oscars, like that it was properly an opportunity to watch people pat themselves on the back for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
It felt like E3 a little bit.
I could believe that. I don't think we're quite at like Emmys, Grammys yet. Even though, because like those are still like top of the class, like this feels like the Actors Guild Awards. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, there isn't. I feel like DICE still has like more prestige than the Game Awards, but the Game Awards was a proper award show, and I think that was good.
Sure. And just like there are things that, in a real world sense, are more critically important awards than the Oscars. the Oscars are the most accessible to the broadest audience. The Oscars are the layman's award show for movies. Like, if you ask a guy on the street and you're like, what's an award that good movies win? They're going to be like, Oscars, man. You know, like...
Unless, you know, you're a huge fan of The Christmas Prince, in which you may not actually have an answer.
Yeah. Man, they should give hollow acorns instead of gold men as statues. It kind of felt not like, obviously, the most prestigious or, contemporaneously, like, valued by peers award, but it felt like the most broadly accessible. It felt like the award show most likely to have Vin Diesel show up at the end.
Hey, man, like, I wouldn't fuck with Vin Diesel. For your safety, I don't think you should either.
And, I guess coincidence enough, it was the award show where Vin Diesel shows up at the end. So, I guess that's what I'm getting at. Is it like, it kind of felt like it had finally broken through to like a level of like mainstream accessibility, and that like more than just like some very low rent advertisers were paying attention to like getting visibility on the show. It was stuff like having fucking Muppets on the show.
I thought they did Muppets last year, didn't they?
I don't remember any Muppets last year.
Like Muppets have been a thing at the Game Awards, but go on.
Yeah, but like stuff like having the Muppets on, or Vin Diesel on stage, like kind of like teasing the audience with like, hey, I saw the edit for the trailer for Fast 9.
I can't believe we're gonna have to watch Fast 9. I can't believe we still have to watch the rest of the Fast and Furious movies.
Well, they're actually good movies now, Tegan, I swear. Also, yes, in 2018, Pepe the King Prawn was a presenter. And he presented along Ninja. They took a shelfie.
Oh my god.
You guys remember that, right?
No, I don't remember that. I think I blocked it from my mind, but also this year Ninja came on and just looked like Casper, but like...
No, I saw like the best one where it was just like Ninja like straight up looked like one of the rich people in the Hunger Games.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Jacksepticeye was there, and he didn't even get to do anything, and I'm sad.
What the fuck has become of Ninja? Like...
He's part of the bourgeoisie now, dude. He doesn't have anything to do with us.
I mean, alright, so, do either of you guys watch the fucking Masked Singer?
No.
No?
Okay.
I don't have television, remember?
Oh, sure.
Specifically so I don't have to watch shit called The Masked Singer.
So, I don't know what it is, but for some reason, The Masked Singer has captured the imagination of the Cartwright house. And... It's something about like this combination of three groups of people, which could be best described as like D-list celebrities, elderly musical superstars who are looking for an opportunity to sing new music that normally no one would ask them to. And then people who you could say, wait, that guy? All performing like these outfits. And this year, for the most current season of The Masked Singer, the very first fucking person unmasked on the show, like the guy who got voted off first, was fucking Ninja. And
I do remember us talking about how he was on The Masked Singer.
Yeah. And like here comes Ninja getting like unmasked, and his costume was ice cream. And like everybody on The Masked Singer gets to like pick what they're going to be dressed as. And like so the things that people were dressed as this year are flamingo, fox, Rottweiler, leopard, a thingamajig, a tree, butterfly, flower, ladybug, black widow, penguin, skeleton, eagle, panda, egg, and ice cream. I'm just trying to get inside the fucking ninja's thought process here. Be like, okay, well, what do you want to be, ninja? Can I be ice cream? Can I be ice? No. No, you can't be ice cream, you fucking idiot.
Well, obviously, the answer was yes. Someone made him that suit.
God. I mean, the person who's like, can I be egg, is not much better. But they are slightly better. Incrementally better is egg. But ice cream? And I have to, like, wonder if, like, the reason for it is that as Ninja is staying there singing in the ice cream outfit and then voted off in, like, the first episode and removes the ice cream mask, that he's just staying there and totally looks like he belongs in the fucking Hunger Games. Like, that his hair... So, like, when he's in the ice cream outfit but has now taken off the ice cream mask, like, you just like, yep, that's a guy who lives in the capital.
That's him, yeah.
Yep, right there. Look at this fucking clown. So, Game Awards. Rocky, you hated them.
I did not like them, and I wanted to be excited by some of the things that they were talking about, and I just wasn't. I mean, there were some things that I was, like, legitimately excited about, but those were few and far between.
I have to say, I personally did not appreciate being, like, my ongoing advertisement being interrupted by additional advertisements. You know? Like, obviously the Game Awards, like, there's all these games, and they were great for so many reasons, and so, like, obviously you're gonna want to do it, like, check some of them out. Mm-hmm. And also, they're announcing new games in between, so, like, you gotta check those out too, and that's fine. But then there were, like, actual commercials, and that made me mad. My advertisement does not need to be interrupted with more advertisements. Thanks.
True. They need to figure out, like, their advertising situation. I didn't like the Samsung TV guy. Like, he just seems like a douche. But they gave him, like, 5 minutes altogether. I guess Samsung gave them a lot of money, but it's just, like, did not like that guy. Did not want him in my company or on my screen. But he was definitely there, and he would not leave.
So you're saying that you do not feel more inclined to get that Samsung QLED television?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Brian, you get me.
Well, Rocky, in this 4-hour advertisement masquerading as an award show,
but
no, it was still an award show, but, like, there were also advertisements.
No, guys, award shows are advertisements. That's what they're for.
What? What? Bullshit.
Guys, come on.
Award shows are for recognizing the talent of the people who did a thing.
No, it's not. Oh my god, if that's true, then why didn't Kendrick win the Grammy when he was supposed to? When he gave them obvious Grammy bait. Jesus.
It's the same reason that it took Leonardo DiCaprio so long. They just want him to be so hungry for it, he's willing to bleed on set.
No. Oh man, that's the thing. It's just like Leonardo DiCaprio was just talented, but he didn't want to play the game, so they didn't give him the awards. They didn't give him anything to take home to mama or whatever, and that's fine, I guess. But, like, come on.
I love the power that awards have to get people to consume some type of content that they have zero interest in, but are now feel obligated to, like, watch, listen, or play.
Like what? Did that happen to you in particular on something?
I think it's been a while since I've personally felt that, but, like, I know that I've done it. I know that there's been things that are like, won an award and been like, oh, I've got to check that out. Like, I know that I have definitely burned myself that way with a couple, best pictures here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of the last one that I did that with. Maybe Argo. I was like, let's check out this Argo that won Best Picture. I was like, oh, let's not. Yeah, I had like zero interest in seeing $1 Million Baby.
Same.
And then I was like, oh, $1 Million Baby, it's Best Picture. I should probably watch it. Oh, this movie fucking sucks. So like, I think it's a thing. Like, now, fortunately, like I feel pretty well immunized to it now. Like, Sekiro won Game of the Year. I still have no desire to play it.
Spoiler alert.
It is a very good video game, though.
It is a very good video game. We're going to be discussing it for sure in our Game of the Year awards. But it's fine that you don't want to play it. Not everybody enjoys the Dark Souls likes.
True. And
there were 4 of them this year, so...
Oh, the fastest Dark Souls light known to man.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rocky.
Yes?
The Xbox Series X.
Yeah, that's already out. Didn't that come out last year?
No, you're thinking about the Xbox X.
What?
The Xbox Series X is like a slightly less powerful Xbox.
No, that's already out. It's called... Isn't that just the Xbox One Series X? S? Xbox One Series S? Is that what
Is it? I don't fucking know. They're all named the same thing. Is the Xbox One S the less powerful version of the X? Or is it the Series S? Or is it just... Can we just call it the Xbox Sex? The Xbox Sex machine,
Okay,
please?
so that one's new.
God.
Okay, I haven't heard of an Xbox Sex before. Let's just do that. What's going on with it, Brian?
The Xbox Series Sex.
Yeah, the Xbox Series Sex. Yeah. The Xbox Series Sex machine.
Stern humping only.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, Microsoft unveiled the name of the next console.
And what it looks like, and it looks like a square Xbox. It looks like a box-shaped Xbox. Finally, we get to the box-shaped ones.
I like the fact that it looks like a personal assistant. That's, like one of those like personal digital assistants that you stick in a room and...
It looks like HAL.
I'm actually...
But without like the eye on the front.
I'm looking forward to the day when our consoles just look like obelisks that we just put in our homes.
Well, I mean, like this is... I mean, we're there with this Xbox, Rocky. You've got your obelisk.
Well, it's still like an actual like prism. Like I want like the prism with like the pyramid on top. It's
okay, but I only will accept that if the next like the PlayStation or the next Nintendo system will also slot in so that like you can build the ultimate gaming console and it's just all the consoles like jigsaw puzzled together.
I'd actually like to buy that stand. That sounds hilarious.
That would save a lot of space in my console area if I could just stack them all together.
You just have your tower of consoles and it's all wireless. Like you wouldn't have to worry about tangles anymore. Oh, that'd be funny.
I think that the little like teaser video that they showed, it definitely made me hyped to get more news, and it kind of reminded me like just how little I care about like PS5 news right now, because there hasn't really been anything this generation that has like made me interested in Sony's platform philosophy, or there's nothing that makes me curious as to like what they really, I mean, other than from just kind of like a, morbid curiosity, I guess I'm going to have to find out what like Sony's next console environment looks like. But like, this is finally a Xbox from the ground up, developed by a console division led by Cool Dad Phil Spencer, as opposed to like Cool Dad Phil Spencer spending the better part of a decade cleaning up somebody else's mess,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that like up until like 2 years ago, he was still just cleaning up like Don Matrick's mess, and has since then just kind of been like rehabilitating the image of Xbox as a brand with stuff like backwards compatibility and cross-play and things like that. You know, being like the device that leads the charge on cross-play was... if you had a fucking time machine and you went back to 2013 and you said, okay, first of all, Donald Trump is president. Second of all, Microsoft led the charge on cross-play for consoles. People would probably call you a liar person.
People would probably send you to a mental hospital.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Then you just have to live 12 monkeys? Jesus.
Yeah. Like, I don't think anybody expected, like, Microsoft to be doing stuff like check out us prioritizing the development of our adaptive controller for accessibility, and then just making all of the dev tools for it open source, so that way people can make it work on other platforms, and us continuing to release exclusive games on other people's platforms. Like, hey guys, Cuphead's on Switch now. Isn't that great? It's been weird to see, like, them, like, establish this new, very, like, player-friendly, player-centric platform philosophy. And I definitely have felt like overall it has helped make them into, like, the most hospitable place to play. And I'm really excited to see, like, what that experience feels like from the ground up with a new device. As soon as the tease got shown at the Game Awards, platforms who had a chance to see the device got to release their articles about the device. So now we can talk about having seen the controller and holding the controller.
The controller looks exactly the same.
What's that?
The controller looks exactly the same. Like, I know they're talking about, like, the subtle differences in it, but, like, it looks the same. It's the same controller.
Okay, so, like, meaningful differences are dedicated share button, which, like, sits on the front face of the console in between the two menu buttons, which are below the Xbox button. Like, dead-ass middle. And, like, Phil Spencer said about the share button, like, no, we didn't invent the share button, but our players have made clear that
they want it.
They want them, and that they think it's important, and having, like, a share solution at the hardware level is something which is important. And that the top of the controller has a more gentle curve from the face to the bumpers, like the LB and RB buttons. And that was because of feedback from players saying that, like, sometimes they weren't hitting LB and RB as quickly as possible if they were doing something on the face of the controller with their forefingers. I was like, okay, all right, that sounds cool. And that also, another thing that they did was reduce the overall size of the controller by 4%. 4%, an incredibly tiny specific number. And the reason for that was apparently that, like, in focus groups with customers, people said that, like, controllers feel best when you feel like you never have to reach for any button. And that everything is easily within reach. And that by doing a 4% tweak of the size of the device, just about everybody in groups was saying that, like, the controller now felt good. The thing I think is coolest about the controller is apparently the controllers will work on Xbox Ones, and Xbox One controllers will work on Xbox Series X. And that there's, like, no installs required in either direction. You just turn on the device, and the controllers just work. So that seems neat.
Backwards compatible controllers.
But Rocky, tell me more about not liking the Game Awards.
I don't know, man. Like, a lot of the wins were, like, deserved, which is cool, but, like, none of them were really, like, exciting or interesting. I am a little, like, bummed that, like, Booga won, like, Best Esports Player. I understand why he did. That's not confusing to me at all, but, like, feels kind of lame. Same with, like, League of Legends being, like, Esports Game of the Year. Like, it just seems like that really, like, you know, hammered home, like, this is an ad. That's why we're here. And I'm like, I mean, that's cool, I guess. And I don't know. I have, like, memories of, like, some of the world premieres that I kind of wish I just didn't have. Like, who cares about Sons of the Forest? Or, like, Godfall? Like, why bother? I watched it because, like, I felt like I needed to. and I left it with like very few things to be excited about. Bravely Default 2 seems pretty fun. I don't know why Bravely Default 2 is called Bravely Default 2, since we already had a game called Bravely Second that should have been the sequel. But, you know, whatever, I guess. None of the awards turned out to be, like, interesting or, like, meaningful to someone who's been paying attention. And, like, the world premieres were, like, a bunch of things that, like, they obviously want us to care about, but they were things that I did not care about. So I'm just like, this is a thing, it's on. It happened on Thursday.
There were things that I definitely found exciting.
Okay.
I'm right there with you on Godfall.
Yeah, right. It's like 1,000-year-old just to start the apocalypse. Like, who cares? I thought it was Warframe, and then I realized it wasn't. Fuck.
Oh, it's like, ooh.
Oh, man.
It's like, oh.
Wasn't... I think there was, like, literally a game trailer for a game that was called New World. That's all it's called.
Yep.
Got like a 30-second teaser or whatever. And like this one definitely need to cook more, right? Like I'm not tripping out. Like I'm not just dunking on this game for no reason. Like I'm just like, I don't know what this is about. I have no idea why I should care about it, but it's coming. It's on its way. Oh shit, man. Like, I don't know.
Godfall kind of like underscores for me that the first console exclusive game that a third party developer is talking about for the PS5. Of course, it has to come from Randy fucking Pitchford. Yeah.
I mean, it could have been like from Eves, but you know, I guess Eves didn't want to talk about that stuff yet.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that like we'll get the Ubisoft like absolute flood of PS5 and Xbox Series X content at E3 when he gets up on stage and is like, "Bonjour, did you know we're going to be selling launch games by the crate load? Hope you like rapids." Oh man. But like Godfall, it's like, oh great, so. One of the phrases that has gotten said a lot this generation that I don't like is looter shooter.
Looter shooter! That's my favorite new game genre, don't you know?
Or schluter, if you will.
Oh, no,
Shooters.
I don't like that.
Tasty, it feels good in my mouth.
Rocky, you don't want to like eat some pizza poppers and do some schluters?
Oh, god damn it, Brian, I will fight you.
Hey everybody, I'm Avery Schluter. But no schluters. No more schluters. No more games with like bad, boring loops where they're like, please go on the same 5 missions over and over again. And like do the same mission like once a week, once a month, once a day. All in the hopes that you make one number so big that you can do one mission once and hope you get the really good armor. And if you don't get the really good armor, do that one mission over and over again till you get the really good armor. And they go like, man, this game's boring. I hope the next expansion comes out soon.
Yeah, that shit's whack.
Also, I'll get it.
Isn't Anthem getting reworked? Like, speaking of that.
Yeah. We're totally getting Anthem: A Realm Reborn.
Hey, maybe it'll be good, dude. Who knows?
Like they have talked about like what they're doing with Anthem, which is they're like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to fucking recognize it. Like it's gonna be a whole goddamn new game. And like, here's a crazy idea with these games. Like, as opposed to having just some guy with a graph go, we need to be making schluters. Maybe make a fucking game like that people want to play. Like it's a wild idea. But like, I feel like these schluters have a real roof on them for like how big the market is for them. A lot like Rocky, I forgot all my human words. You know those games with lanes?
Wait a minute. What words do you remember then if you forgot the human ones?
You know those games, which have got like the 3 lanes in them and you push and there's creeps and there's jungles.
Oh, you're talking about League of Legends.
Yeah, the genre.
MOBAs.
Thank Christ. God damn it. But, like, there's a real ceiling on how many people want to play those games.
Yeah, that's real.
And so, like, the competition in that space has been about, like, companies trying to convince their existing players to not give up on MOBAs and to steal the other guy's MOBA customers, because nobody's making new MOBA customers. Like, you're not convincing, like, you know, Timmy Teenager to play a fucking MOBA. Timmy Teenager does not care about your MOBA. And I think that that's the thing that these large, publicly traded, dumb video game companies haven't figured out yet, is they're not making new Schluter customers. That, like, these people who want to play those games have probably already found the Schluter they like. And you're like, yep, here we go. I'm going to play this. And it's not even, like, necessarily the Schluter they like. It's the Schluter they have this weird love-hate grudging relationship with. Mm-hmm. And they don't want another one. Or they don't want a different one. And it reminds me of that scene in Star Trek V where there's, like, a guy standing out in the middle of the desert and he keeps on, like, digging holes. And then, like, Spock's evil brother shows up and, like, shouts at the guy and goes, "You'd kill me for a field of empty holes?" That's trying to sell Schluters in 2019.
I mean, yeah. No, but you gotta remember, Godfall's not a Schluter, Brian. It's like, it's a... Wait, no, it is a Schluter, but it's not a loot shooter. It's a loot brawler. Like, it's like a... No, they call it a loot slasher or something, I think. I think that's what they...
Fuck it. Bury it in a grave filled with fava beans. Like, just... No one cares. No one gives a shit. Like, at least the trailer for Bravely Default 2 made me go, man, I should finish Bravely Second.
Man, you know what it made me do? You know what it made me do? I go, I should finish Bravely Default. I bought the collector's edition of Bravely Second. I have it. I have, like, soundtrack, art book, whole thing. I have never taken it out of the plastic.
Wait.
I bought 2 copies of that game. I have never taken it out of the plastic.
So, like, you never... Wait, okay. Do you know what happens in Bravely Default?
Yeah, I know what happens in Bravely Default.
Okay.
But I haven't finished it. I'm in, like, the fire area. Because, like, man, the curve on that game, it was, like, regular steady, and then it just...
Oh, yeah. No, that's, like... I remember it, like, when it was introduced to me, like, someone says, like, yeah, it's really like Final Fantasy V. And, like, that one's, like, notoriously grindy. Like, I mean, luckily, like, grinding in...
I feel like Bravely Default might be the most grindy a video game gets without me not wanting to just, like, throw it out a window and write an essay.
You gotta update your Medium account.
There's a thing that Bravely Default does to the player, which is the most fuck you video games thing. And you know what I'm talking about.
I'm here for it. Let's go.
Yeah. And it's just, where they're like, hey, I hope you had fun doing everything, because it's time to do it all again.
Yeah. They just dump it on you like, brah, you're back. What? Bravely Default.
And you're like, fuck me, but strangely not fuck this.
Yeah, not fuck this, but fuck me again.
Yeah.
Oh, and man.
I think that might be the thing that, like, made me never put my copy of Bravely Second into my 3DS. Was I was like, when I finished Bravely Default, I was like, man, that was a lot. I mean, like, it was good, but man,
it was
that was a lot.
Yeah, no, they really pulled that one out of you. Like, that's to be fair, I haven't actually finished Dragon Quest XI. Like, because there is a section where they just dead ass send you back in time. I thought I'd finished the game. I was like 50 hours in. It's like, oh, that was a satisfying completion or whatever. And then they're like, but you can keep playing. What? It's like, oh yeah, it turns out there was this dude that, like, you didn't get to kill, and he might actually be the big bad. And, like, you gotta go back in time to fight him. What? And, like, I got sent back in time, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I thought it was done.
They're just like, could you fucking Kyle Reese this, please?
dude, it was, no, yeah, that is a real fuck you video game thing. Which, like, I totally get for people who are just like, yeah, that was amazing. I love this. How do I play more? And it's like, you want to play more? Yes. Well, here you go. Play some more. But, like, I straight up thought I was done. I thought I was out of there. I thought, I was about to go home and, like, live my quiet life or whatever. And, like, this turns out I got more stuff to do. I gotta go back in time, I guess.
Like, other things I wrote down about the Game Awards were, so I guess Ghost of Tsushima is this generation's big final game.
I believe it was a carryover, since they're really, like, selling, like, PS4, PS5 compatibility. But...
I mean, I have no doubt that, like, Ghost of Tsushima will work on PS5, but I don't think that there will be a PS5 version of it with, like, fancier graphics, like,
I believe that.
I think you'll be able to stick your Ghost of Tsushima disc into a PS5, but there will not be a PS5 version of it, so to speak. Like,
it'll probably be like pro level graphics. I believe that.
But like, I guess it is this generation's like big final game developed with this generation in mind.
I feel that. I'm actually kind of worried because, like, the promise that they sold with Ghost of Tsushima was that it's a wide scale adventure revenge plot, but like you don't get like the normal like quest markers. Like you just kind of walk around and do stuff, and eventually you'll get to the end of the game. And so like they don't really give you like a plot like you need to kill this dude. This is what you need to do right now. And like there aren't like the quest markers or like points of interest. You just kind of like explore the map until you get there.
Yep.
But like it's been 3 years since they like announced it, and like I haven't seen any of that. I saw
they have been incredibly tight with like footage of it, and they showed, I guess, what was it, 2 years ago, like a few minutes of it, which like did have the promise of like, here's no markers, do this thing.
I remember that.
But since then, we haven't really seen anything. And like, I'm still excited and engaged by the promise of just being thrown into space and being told to run the fuck around and make your own priorities and take on things in the order that you want. And if there's something that doesn't interest you, don't do it. And figure out how to navigate this hostile space, because you know what that sure sounds like? It sure sounds like, what if you were playing Breath of the Wild and you were like a fucking like gorilla, like ninja samurai dude, and everybody who hated you wasn't a 4,000-year-old spider robot, but was instead an invading Mongolian. Like, I'm with that.
Could be cool.
I'm on board for that.
Also, like, I mean, I know they said that they pulled, like, footage from, like, pre-rendered and, like, PS Pro footage, but outside of, like, the horse running, I think, like, that whole, like, presentation was fucking cinematic. I might be wrong. Like, even, like, the fighting, especially, like, jumping off. Well, I think, like, they did a little bit where, like, you jump off the hill, but, like, where the sword hits or whatever, where, like, they like, stab that dude, like, through his body. I'm pretty sure that was cinematic, too. Like, it didn't seem like gameplay.
I want to kind of get like y'all's opinion. Tegan, if you were to pick one game that you saw that you thought was the ugliest game and give it like the That's Nice Sweetie award, what would be the That's Nice Sweetie of the world premieres at the Game Awards?
I can tell you which one physically upset me the most. But I'm gonna say Weird West.
Weird West felt whack.
I did not like I did not like that style. I didn't like the way it looked.
I mean, the visual representation of it or presentation of it is like a traditional CRPG. I'm like, okay, this is a CRPG. Those are either your brand of vodka or not. If you like CRPGs, you'll be fine with the way this looks. If you don't like CRPGs, you won't be. But the thing that I saw that I was like, oh my god, this looks like dog shit, was fucking Fast and Furious Crossroads, this Fast and Furious video game.
True.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I literally was like, oh, okay, and just started playing Animal Crossing during that trailer.
Guys, okay, you know what, and maybe this is me. Maybe I'm actually dead inside, but, like, they announced Hellblade 2, and they showed a trailer for No More Heroes 3, and, like, I didn't feel anything, and I really wanted to. Like, I was just like, oh shit, there's No More Heroes 2, and now it's gone. That was...
Alex saw the No More Heroes 2 or No More Heroes 3 trailer, and he was like, oh, that's neat. I really was into the one right before it. Fucking the one that's like a Studio Ghibli thing. Oh no, that was part of No More Heroes 3.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That looks fucking cool. I'm into that. But Hellblade looked unreal. Like, that was better than reality. You know?
They're really doing something in that studio.
Is that really what it's gonna look like? Like, I know it's that when it was rendered in engine, and I'm like, cool, but like, is that what it's really gonna look like? 'Cause, damn, I'm uncomfortable already. And that's just the trailer. I can't wait to watch the first, 20 minutes of that game and be like, okay, I can't actually play this game again, but, wow, it's good.
Ori and Will of the Wisps looked pretty fun for, a game that I'll probably never play.
Yeah, I mean, I played Ori and the Blind Forest. It was cute. Ori and the Will of the Wisp looks like a continuation of that, so I'll probably pick it up on sale.
The Game Awards had what I thought felt like I felt like there was a strong presence at a platform level by both Microsoft and Nintendo at the Game Awards.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Nintendo had their own category.
They did.
They're gonna win it again next year.
I think that what I'm talking about here is more like the actively and openly trying to sell you shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was hey guys, check out this Marvel Ultimate Alliance expansion. No More Heroes 3. Oh, by the way, our friends and partners, Square Enix, are publishing Bravely Default 2. If you were watching the show and you were a Nintendo fan...
That was me!
You definitely got fed news about stuff happening on the Switch.
Yeah, there was definitely a meal there, and it was definitely for people who already own a Switch, not people who are getting one for the holidays.
Right.
Because I'm sure there's gonna be a direct in January or February that's hey, everybody who just got a Switch, here's some cool shit coming out. But that was for people who have the Switch, maybe upgraded to the new version with the longer battery life or whatever, and yeah, you already like the Switch, here's some more shit for you to get excited about. Right.
And No More Heroes 3 is it's there's been a lot of anticipation around this. It's been a thing that people have wanted for a while. And Microsoft, Microsoft revealed the name for their new console.
Mm-hmm. PlayStation said, yeah, we're calling it the PS5.
And they showed Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, which is hey, Ninja Theory did the first Hellblade with a team of 20 and a comparatively limited budget. What does one of these games look like when Microsoft just tells a company do your thing, you're funded by us now?
Mm-hmm.
And it's that looks exciting. Looks exciting. Also, in a month where we're getting news Valve bought Campo Santo and then broke up Canto Santo and had them go work on stuff like the new Half-Life VR game and fucking Dota and whatever. That seeing Microsoft not only not breaking up studios that they bought, but also leading with talking about a game from one of those studios as their first announced exclusive for that next generation. Being like, okay, like Xbox Series X, the first thing that we're showing you is not Master Chief. We're not showing you a Halo commercial or a commercial for the first Gears game for that generation or a commercial for the next Forza game for that generation. Here is a game from one of the mini studios we bought with a property that they already had developed, put on like the larger stage, made to look like a star. Like, here is, Hellblade 2. I have no doubt that this is going to be a launch game for the Xbox Series X. Like, it's been positioned as such. I'm also expecting it not to be a box release. I'm sure it will be a box release, but I'm thinking that, like, this is not a $60 price point game. I think this is probably going to be like a $30 price point game. But it's reflective of the fact that, like, Microsoft doesn't seem to think that you necessarily need to, like, lead with marketing, $60 games anymore. You don't need to, like, should be like, hi, we're Microsoft. We have the Halo. Hellblade was a $20 indie game this generation. And they think that they can lead their marketing efforts for the next generation by talking about the sequel to that game. That's interesting to me. They also marketed at us Gears Tactics. Like more like here's more Microsoft stuff. I want to feel that. Oh yeah, and Ori Will the Wisp, that's them too. So like they definitely, they talked about 3 games and revealed the name of their console. Nintendo marketed at us hard, and Sony did show up and did advertise and did have a world exclusive in the form of like a new Ghost of Tsushima trailer, but like that was really it. Like Ghost of Tsushima is like, like the last major PS4 title. It really feels like they're continuing to like hang back on talking about PS5. Like the PS5 game that got announced was not from them, and it in no way felt like a thing that was being presented by Sony. It was a Gearbox thing that felt like a Gearbox thing. It was like you have like one Sony announcement in the form of Ghost of Tsushima, and then a Randy Pitchford announcement in the form of Godfall.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as far as like stuff that was like console agnostic announcements that got me excited, like I was absolutely tickled pink to see Wolf Among Us 2. That made me very, very happy. Surgeon Simulator 2 doesn't look like it's like exactly the same thing as the last one. What was your bead on that, guys?
It looked like it was a little more exact. Like a little less quappy. And like it was multiplayer.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to me.
There seemed to be a lot more footage of like surgeons running around doing things that weren't necessarily doing surgery.
Right. But also more surgeons in that room.
Yep. So I'm kind of curious as to what that is. But like, to your point earlier, Rocky, 9 to 5, and also for me, like, Sons of the Forest were just some of the most, like, what the fuck is this stuff? Like, I could not summon the will to care about either of those titles.
Yeah. I'm gonna send Keighley an invoice for, like, the emotional labor of trying to care about this shit.
I really don't know what to make of that magic thing. I think as far as, like, people continuing to effectively market and peddle the broadening of a single brand into new types of things. League of Legends is still like the gold medalist for that this year.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're like, please check out these 900 things which are all League of Legends branded. Like, I'm like, shit, well, I guess I'm even interested in some of them.
Well, like, if they're not getting new, like, MOBA customers, then, like, they have to diversify.
Yeah.
And, like, honestly, I'm kind of okay with Riot coming for Blizzard's lunch. and like coming for some of these action platformers, because like despite like, you know, the fact that League of Legends is a bad game for bad people, it's still a pretty decent, like a decently like managed video game. Yeah. And so like having them diversify into different like genres because they have the money to do it sounds like a pretty decent move for them.
Yeah, like I think that there's been at least 2 or 3 of these League of Legends adjacent things that have been shown, you know, between this and the LOL Riot Direct that happened.
Oh yeah.
Where I was like, yeah, you know, I think I actually want to play this thing. Which is kind of like a weird feel. Like I have no interest in like Riot presents you Overwatch. Like I could give a shit. But like they've announced like a single player RPG at this point, a platformer, a fighting game, an Overwatch clone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff. I'm curious. I'm concerned, but I'm curious. I'd like them to just do the fucking anime. Can they just do the anime? I just want to see the Star Guardians. Like, I just want to see that anime. Please.
They're gonna do the anime, but like they are going to pinpoint perfect target it. Like when they do the anime, they're not gonna fuck around. It's gonna be the anime. It's gonna be done. It's gonna go on for 20 years or some bullshit. Who knows?
The trailers, just the trailers to release the Star Guardian skins are so full of fucking lore that, like, I can't even eat it all. I can't digest it all because there's so much happening so fast. I just need them to just suck it up and do the anime. You know, the 25 episode season, like, just to get it going, please. I still want to know what you guys think about Sons of the Forest specifically. But also, like, Redeads are in the trailer, so, I don't know how I fucking feel about that, either. Like, you can't tell me these zombies with, like, flesh over their eye sockets and mouth sockets aren't fucking Redead. You cannot convince me that they are not. You know?
They reminded me of something from a Nintendo property, but not Redeads.
Really?
Yeah. They reminded me of some of the Shamblers from Eternal Darkness.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. If you are interested in more content from us, then head on over to patreon.com/Impossible Coin Podcast. We've got some exciting content coming up, including dedicated content about anime, dedicated content on wrestling, and Tegan's deep dive of the Legend of Zelda series. How exactly that takes form, I don't think we're quite sure yet. I do, however, make a solemn pledge to you, listener, to do my absolute level best at wrangling Tegan. So that way she produces the most... Wrangling Tegan, so she produces the most premium content for you.
Yep. You don't have to antagonize me for the premium content to come out on this one. It'll come out naturally. Yeah.
It's not so much, cattle prodding you. It's just making sure that, like, what comes out is in a form which is coherent and digestible.
Yes. Because I do believe I said this. I think I said this on the Super Family Complet one when we were talking about it there, and all my audio was lost. At one point, I did spend 4 hours ranting at my roommate about specifically the Zelda timeline after I think Spirit Tracks came out, and I just absolutely went feral and was like, so I need you to nod and say, wow, really? At the appropriate times, but I'm gonna scream for like an hour. And he was like, okay. And then 4 hours later, I was still going. It's a time. It's a good time.
Important tweet from Chrissy Teigen.
Who is not me.
Yeah.
By the way.
She says, having a rough time with Piano Boss in Luigi's Mansion. I don't need tips on how to beat him. I know what to do. He's just a bitch.
He is a bitch. I did the piano boss, and he is a bitch. He's the first, like, major boss that you fight, and, literally what you have to do is, like, wait for him to drop the seats in the audience on you, and, like, avoid those, and then when he tips his piano forward to launch magic stuff at you, you have to suction cup onto the back of the piano, and then pick up the piano and throw it into the audience. It's great. And then you gotta make sure he doesn't drop the piano on you, which is also great. Luigi's Mansion's a fun time. If you haven't played it yet, you're dumb. Well, you're not really dumb. Like, I can't fault you for not playing it necessarily, but, like, it's a good time and you should play it.
Yeah. So, when you're not being insulted, we don't think you're dumb. We'd love your money. Head on over to patreon.com/Impossible Coin Podcast. Get a load of some of the stuff that we're doing. Viewers, after we're done recording today, Brian will be spending the afternoon binging Carol and Tuesday to get ready for our first anime episode. So
that's so exciting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna binge, not today, but over the course of several days, I'm gonna binge Season 2 of the Teasing Master Takagi-san because Netflix finally released it from its prison. Anime came out over summer. It is mid-December, so...
Well, one thing that Netflix does is they pay for a lot of original dubs, so I could see the delay being related to them putting a dub together. Because generally there is both a dub and a sub available for Netflix released animes.
I understand that, and that's fine, but what I don't understand is why Crunchyroll couldn't get it. So Netflix must have paid, like, big bucks for it, because Crunchyroll had Season 1, and so everyone was like, nice, they're gonna get Season 2 then, that's very exciting, because we'll be able to watch it simulcast, and then it was like, no, Netflix got it. And then we were like, okay, so it'll come out at the end of the season, like all the other seasonal anime that they get, and it's gonna ruin the way that, like, people discuss anime, because it's such, like, a like, keeping up culture now. And then they didn't release it at the end of summer, and I forgot about it, and someone else was like, hey, yeah, Netflix finally released that show you like, and it was like, fuck, I gotta get it. And then I started watching it, and it was a good time.
What's the name of this show?
It's the Teasing Master Takagi-san is the English version, is the English, like, title, but if you type in Takagi, you'll find it. It's Takagi. Teasing Master Takagi-san! It's so cute. That's my daughter. That's the first anime girl I have adopted. I've adopted many anime boys, but that's the first anime girl.
So they didn't acquire the rights to Season 1 when they got the rights to Season 2?
I don't know.
They did not.
Nope, just Season 2 it looks like. Haha! Crunchyroll still has Season 1 on it, and it's totally free now, so, you know.
So, yeah. Patreon, and we have a logo, which appears everywhere that you see us. It also appears on a cool shirt you can buy. And that logo comes from Lauren Moran. You can follow her on Twitter at Lauren Moran. She has also got a Patreon. And, consider throwing some money her way. She's an artist on Twitter, which means her shit is getting stolen constantly. So, Yep. Also, public service announcement. Please never, ever, ever on Twitter say that you want a t-shirt of anything. Please don't do that.
Because a bot will steal that art and put it on a t-shirt.
Yep. The music which appears at the music which appears, Tegan.
It just phases in and out of existence at the beginning and the end of this podcast.
The audio thing which visually appears at the beginning and end of this audio presentation is by our friend Big Sach. He hangs out on the show sometimes, and he has graced us with music, which I think has an overall better production value than anything ever done in life by Eggnog Fresca. Check out Big Sach's work on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Big Sach NJ. You can follow him on Twitter at Hillary_Swank. We are present on social media and would love to hear from you. We are on Facebook, we're on Tumblr, we're on Twitter. And generally, one of each of us is in those places. This week, there was the mix-up, and Tegan was our Twitter star.
I was the Twitter star. It was a good time. I should live tweet more stuff.
Indeed.
I might live tweet the next Nintendo Direct.
You see, there you go. That's a hot strat. It's a hot strat. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for, I guess, getting some of our informal opinions around the Game Awards. For me, the awards themselves weren't particularly interesting, with one exception, which was I was wondering whether or not Geoff Keighley could resist the temptation to, like, very, very obviously, like, fudge vote totals and just make his pal Kojima the big winner. And he was obviously able to, like, withstand that temptation. Also, I don't know why Norman Reedus looks like somebody's, like, aunt wrapped in a shawl, but making Death Stranding and 10 years of The Walking Dead have obviously taken out of him.
It's exhausting. That's a lot of walking he did, man.
Oh, good Lord. Absolutely. So, we'll be back next week with the third installment of the Christmas Prince trilogy, the Royal Baby. Until then, this has been Impossible Coin. I'm Brian. Rocky died. We're so sorry. We'll be back later on with details on how you could donate to whatever fund is being maintained in Rocky's memory. Until then, just assume that the best thing that you can do to honor Rocky's memory is to give to our Patreon. And I've been Brian Cartwright.
Oh, I thought you were going to say peace. Well, I've been Tegan Somerset, and I also exist in this universe, so.
Peace.
Bye.
Later.